rather dashing figure now approaches the home. Taliesin, would you please describe your character for us as he approaches?
Well, Bolaire currently is holding his cloak in his hand, which normally he will wear to kind of keep a low profile, but considering that he knows exactly where he's going and is prepared to be a bit of a spectacle, is showing off. He wears a very fine set of clothing. It's not very rich, but it certainly has money and a bit of somewhere between ostentatious taste and trying to blend in, but really not wanting to. He wears black leather and suede, tied over an underlayer of deep red crimson. He is covered head to toe, from gloves all the way up to a high neck. He has very long, curly, dark red hair. And the most notable thing about Bolaire is that he wears a mask. And this mask is a gray clay with dark gray, almost black lips, and very, very large, empty pools of blackness where each eye should be, with a cut to indicate possibly tears that run down the face. Deep within these black pools, you can see tiny blue reflected lights, almost like a cat hiding in a shadow at night. And that's what blinks instead of the mask, deep, deep within. This would be even more disturbing as he approaches the door. The mask itself sighs and moves just like a real face.
Sighing at the door, you are about to walk in to the home of a friend and the funeral. Not of a friend.
I don't know Thiazi very well. My dealings with him are private and often through an intermediary. But I did go to the execution.
Thinking back, there, in the shadows, higher up in the seats at the back of the nobles' viewing gallery, you yourself not a noble, but one who deals in matters of nobility, welcome in the spaces afforded to nobles. You look down and see Thiazi's final words. What were you feeling in those last moments before the rope went taut?
I was there to see who was going to help him. He's far too clever to let this be the end of him. And it's better to see things in person, because second-hand accounts are even more unreliable than first ones. I needed to know who had that kind of power and who decided to exercise it. Sadly, my empty seat next to me for my companion, who decided not to show, I'm not terribly surprised, but it would have been nice to have company. But I'm perfectly happy to sit and not have to make a face.
Thiazi's final moment. An incredible show of force. The first execution in the history of the city of Dolmakyar, carried out exclusively under the authority of the Chamber of the Lord's Advisory. An auspicious day for the power of the sundered houses.
Fuck.
welcome.
I would ask if you're all right, but this is, even for you, impressive.
It's been a while.
I'm sorry for showing up like this, but I assumed you would need help. And I'm more than happy to distract some of the more inappropriate people who you look
Tyranny.
very familiar.
Hi, I'm Tyranny.
Tyranny.
You look so familiar. I can't put my face on it. My finger on your face. I can't put my finger on your face.
I really wouldn't. You came to the gala 6 months ago.
The party.
You did, at the museum. Do
It
you
was
remember?
my first and only party. I don't remember much of it.
We are well aware because you did, in fact, manage to elude security for nearly 15 minutes before we found you having thrown up into one of the only 3 remaining urns
No one
of
threw
the
up.
Eyes of Kaloon.
Sorry.
It's all right. Now we use it as a teaching exercise in the cleaning of antiquities.
Oh, that's great. So I
Yeah.
helped.
I suppose you could see it like that.
Oh.
Hold on, I have a thing for you.
You
I have
do?
A box. Did I give it to Octus? Where's Octus?
Octus is here.
Where is my...
And Bolaire, it's so great to see you again.
I'm so sorry. I do recognize you. What was your name again?
Light Priest, Wickander, Helleva, we spoke at great length at a few of your different galas.
I meet a lot of people, but it is a pleasure. Hello.
Oh. All right.
You're very handsome.
Thank you.
You see that the boar man goes, "You are. You are."
That's,
Bit young.
okay, all right.
He looks over and says, "Are you in the goat?
The goat.
Are you in the goat?"
No, she's my aspirant. She's my...
Oh, sorry, I didn't know.
no,
Never mind. Sorry.
She is not to...
I didn't know.
Am I hearing?
Yes, you are.
She is not... She's not
choking
to...
on my drink right now.
She is not to taste of the flesh. She is not... She's not to...
Yeah, but Ricochet. I'm kind of hitting on you via
No,
him.
she is not. She is not to taste of the flesh. She is pure.
Oh man,
Ever bright,
this
ever
guy.
right.
We're at a funeral. Relax.
Ever right, ever right.
Ever right. I can be so good for you. I just memorized a hymn. I just got put in my place and the basement is flooded.
I pat you on the shoulder. I just want to give you a little like druidcraft bump if you need it.
Can I have that?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, please.
Sober up.
Yeah, little guidance.
Is this sort of a religious thing? You can't, or is this like actually an apparitional thing where you would just vanish in a puff of?
No,
Is that
she's
brimstone?
real.
Is that
I'm
sulfur?
here. I'm real.
real. It's
I
real.
threw up in your vase.
Yeah, but I mean, if you copulated, is that the word I think I'm going to feel like I'm going to use?
Please, hide your ears from this disgusting talk.
Funeral.
I don't think it's so.
You see, Loza Blade looks over to you and says, I just wished to speak with you if I could because.
Right, I'm sorry.
Are all funerals this fun?
I kneel down and turn to the children after all of this. Now, I hope we all just learned that we have to be kind and forgive the idiocy of people at funerals and weddings. Do we understand?
You see, Shadia says, "We do, Mr. Bolaire. Thank you so much for the kind lesson." You see, Hero looks up at you and says, "Why specifically funerals and weddings?"
I don't know. Honestly, because I suppose we have to pick 2 days to be forgiving instead of just being irritated at them all the time.
You see, Hero goes, "I can't tell if that's generous or stingy." And you see that,
I fucking love your children. Hello, Murray. It's lovely to see you.
I don't think I've seen you since that last party where that demon girl threw up in a vase.
It has been a while. That was a romp, wasn't it?
It was such a good time. When you gonna throw another one of those?
Oh, as soon as we can deal with some insurance issues, I've been assured that I can handle that again. I wish that was the only thing she did. She was quite a bit. I didn't know you knew Thiazi.
I think everybody knew Thiazi. I mean, look at this room with some mixed company up in here.
Honestly, I didn't.
Look, what is with all these rich people?
Well,
Damn.
those I know. Is the box closed right now?
It is open, and as you see that roiling mist in there, I think you in particular feel your stomach gurgle or turn a little bit in a way that on a physical level is jarring.
I cannot go through this here. Can anyone close the box without touching it?
Yeah, I got you. Just calm down. Everybody calm down. And I use a mage hand to close it.
The box latches, and all of you can feel, not immediately, but after a moment or two, the temperature in the room starts to rise, making you feel that in closing the box that mist maybe is not like waiting for you in there.
I'm looking at Bolaire.
We need to get that out of this house.
Yeah, clearly. You know, I could, if we want to take a minute, I could do a little bit of a, little tinkering, a little scanning, but, we are a mixed company. But if it would just make everybody feel better.
I touched the wrong thing many years ago and have had this thing stuck to me ever since. Half the people at the museum have been maimed touching the wrong thing. Whatever else shows up tonight, do not touch it if you don't know where it came from.
Who touched what? As Sir Julian is now stepped carefully up to the door frame and entering the scene a little late.
Oh, you're still here.
Where did this come from?
I'm going to take it away, and you will be the first to know what I know.
Bolaire, the museum's protective gloves on your hands, a little subtle piece of not necessarily anti-magic, but at least warding.
I'm going to give one of them to you because this is
It is big.
this is big enough that I do not want to accidentally slip and drop it. This is a bomb.
I think we should take maybe the back streets, get this to the pin table, get this to my office, and then we can do our investigation there.
I may have a carriage.
As you head across the river, I think, Bolaire, you have a moment in your finery turning to look at the wide-brimmed hat of this dwarven wizard across from you. You guys have been in contact before, but now you both head to the museum together.
Charming night.
Isn't it just?
The Lloy Wing, so named for that family of orcs, is a beautiful wing of the museum dedicated to celebrating the revolutionary history of the Shapers' War. Taliesin, Bolaire, as the curator of the Lloy Wing, what do we see as we move into the dusty light, and where do we find Bolaire within the Lloy Wing?
Well, it's after hours, quite obviously. It is grand and has that echoey reverb of a institution with far too much money. Each exhibit kind of stands in this large circular, or the main room is this large circular room where the sword itself is up in the center, well lit with a series of small plaques around it. It's also, every exhibit, I should also say, is slightly magically enchanted so that when you walk up to it, you start hearing the audio recording of what's there until you walk away, and then it silences itself so that you can maintain the quiet.
Voices that would approach, the lights on a well-crafted but simple cold iron blade, so dull in its lack of ostentatiousness. It is obviously never knew the touch of fire, was smithed carefully over time from raw ore through pure effort of metalworking, pounding of hammers again and again and again. It seems like the light from these magical cantrips, as it touches it, almost sinks into the blade, as though this blade were so common that magical light could not even wrest upon its fuller blade or edge. Off to the side, in an open door, we see an office, candles burned down to the very basin, and a silver coffin sized for a halfling on a desk, books and scrolls open, a sleepless Bolaire and Murray here working in this place. You've been working all night. Go ahead and give me any skill checks that you would have thought to make during this night of working to look into this.
I would have had every filed, indexed filed piece of paper that we have pulled out, just so that we have the paperwork, so we don't have to go down into the archives. Everything that exists is a piece of paper.
Yeah.
Got a giant pile of those and a few clearly very old books piled up that we're looking through, including a translation, a book for translating some of the text on the coffin. Anything you would want me to pull?
Well, I would have done a very meticulous ritual casting of an identify spell. I think you almost see like Marie's got like gloves on, and you see something that you might not have noticed before, but she's got this like basically a little monocle that clips to the top of her hat, so it is now very precisely positioned to the front of her left eye. She has been using mage hand and taking the tip of her fingernail and almost using it to carve and do a half-assed autopsy on a big old box, as she's been kind of doing this all night. So I would,
Go ahead.
do a nice little investigation here.
What are you going to use? Investigation?
Well, no, I'm gonna use identify to investigate.
I will say also the object is sitting on a desk and it's illuminated by bright limelight so that we can really see it. It's not candlelight. It is a bright chemical.
Yeah.
It's also sitting on some sigils that are clearly there so that if something goes horribly wrong, it will contain it as best it can.
Zul, question for you. Have you opened the box or left it closed?
Until we know what it says on the outside, I would say not.
Yeah, I would identify
Getting ready.
before open.
Bolaire, as curator here, you see wizardry at work. This craft of the pentevral, and I think seeing wizardry here, Murray, without any roles necessary, the ethos of your school, alive and well in your heart, there will be limits to how much truth you can glean if you don't look in that box. Now, it's extremely prudent not to open it. Far be it from me to tell you to open it. And I would say even above table, I'm totally fine if you don't. But that conflict is here. The conflict of truth, great truth, at least in the philosophy of the pentevral, requires some risk.
We're at step one, though.
Yeah.
Right.
This is step one. Then we will open.
Do you have like one of those big flues? You know, like how sometimes you see them in laboratories and they kind of help, like, because I know there's a whole bunch of bad mist that came out of this, so I just don't know if there's something like, for ventilation so we don't burn our eyeballs.
We have that, yes.
All right.
1 second. I just open up we have a vent system. Again, everything that we have seen happen, we build something to try and make it so it won't happen again. So it'll help.
You have everything set up. Do you cast your identify spell just on the exterior of the box?
I hate you so much. I hate you so much.
I'm going to do something before we do this that she will not notice.
Yeah.
I'm just going to drift into the...
Says who?
You will not notice this.
Says who?
Says me. I'm going to drift into the black box. Has
Okay.
anything changed? Is there a sign of anything changed? Just a risk, just a hunch.
Deterioration a little more rapid than...
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Moving through this space,
We're gonna open the box.
You gonna open the box?
Well, we're gonna take a nice distance. I'm gonna mage hand.
Yeah, we're.
Open the box.
mage hand?
Got all the windows open.
As you open it, once again, you see mist. And have more of an understanding of how to engage in this way, in this moment. Your identify spell moves throughout these silver plates. This is not an ancient artifact. This has been assembled very recently. As a craftsperson, what's bizarre is that the lining leaves only a sliver of what the lining would have been attached to, because the lining is now just open mist.
Well, I reckon we got a problem on our hands.
We've got a very, very serious problem. I'm going to get a tool and gently scrape the inside to see if there's any what would pass for remains. Just the dust of organic dust.
Give me a difficulty 10 dexterity saving throw.
All right. I also will add, I'm not breathing. 15.
You reach in with the tool and get to a point where you stop before you approach the mist any closer. The end of your tool has exited into the mist to the point where it should be pushing out the other side of the coffin, and it is not.
Interesting.
Oh shit.
That's.
Shit.
I'm going to drop it.
Yeah.
How long do you wait to hear something before you give up?
I'm patient. I'll give it 30 seconds. Oh, we are so fucked. Oh dear.
That'll be a shaper's anus. Fuck. We got a pretty little relic on our hands.
That was disgusting to say.
What do you think happens if I shove you in that void? I'm just kidding.
Oh no, you were just kidding. I would have murdered you on the spot.
To each of you, this is a ton of information that now calls out to you in terms of whatever happens next from here. You have stuff in places in the museum that Murray probably should not go. Murray, there are many treatises and probably people that are worth talking to back at the Penteveral about what you've just found out here.
We need someone with a familiar, something similar. We need to put something living in there that we can see through.
Oh.
Not a person, but I know someone who can see through other people's eyes.
We got a few puppies that I know.
Well,
See
can't
what
make an
happens.
omelet without breaking a few puppies, I suppose. Let's just go for
Let's
it.
see. Well, all right. Hang on.
What?
Wait. I mean, there are so many questions. First and foremost, what did the Aussie want with this? This was his last dying wish, sitting upon us right here.
Why did he
What
want
did
it?
he want this? And also, what the hell? I mean, it is pretty crazy that we got this, which has some stink of the Shaper's War, and then we got a little angry elf girl over in the other house who also wants a rock, also having to do with the Shaper's War. But then this has got some like halfling stuff, and that's got elf stuff. What's going on?
I do not.
What did the Aussie have going on? And did you know something? Because I know you know things, Bolaire.
On occasion, I would procure artifacts for him, and in return, he would send me things to look at.
That you just said absolutely fucking nothing.
I know.
Murray,
Yeah.
you look out and see sunlight creeping into the Lloy Wing.
Don't you hate it when you accidentally, like, you're awake all through the sunrise and now it's light again and now it's gonna, like, throw off my circadian rhythm all day. I'm gonna...
I barely sleep, to be fair.
I'm too old for this. Not gonna sleep for a week now.
He would send me very questionable objects, and I would do my research, and occasionally I would give them to people I did not know with no questions asked. I did some dirty work for him. He's dead now, so I hardly think it matters at this point.
Well, hey, that makes two of us. Look at that, we got more in common than what you think.
Why do I like you? You're just awful.
Everybody likes me. Stop talking crazy.
Oh, my God.
All right, let's go find out some more shit about this box.
All right.
You have your private areas of the Lloy Wing to check. Moving deeper down into off-limits areas of the Lloy Wing, moving past a certain hallway back towards the vault where there may be some interesting objects to peruse or texts to talk to here, and you keep thinking about the fact that you heard Thaisha say it. Mask. There was a mask in the box. And you think about how long you waited for that tool to make a noise. As you're heading towards the vault, down a side hallway, towards a very special, let's call it cargo area, you see some boxes that were not here when you left for the execution yesterday.
Crates, I assume.
Yes.
How large?
About 3.5 feet on each side, cubes.
Fuck. I'm just going to open the crates at this point. Not whatever's inside them. I'm just going to take a look. This is as safe a place to do it as any.
You open the crates, you look inside, and what you see are wicker-covered ceramic casks. They're sort of look like dyer's casks, and then you look under the clay lids and see paint leaking out of the top. They were clearly filled with paint. And there's just one last note left pinned on a piece of parchment with a small stiletto dagger that just got left here. And it just says, "For Hal, with all my love."
Oh, you absolute fuckwit. I'm going to reseal it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go into my private office.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to pull up anything I have, which is probably not much, on the fate of Termina. Whatever I can find about what this thing might be. I'm going to pull a couple, one, as big a book as I can find.
Yeah.
I have a little mechanism that will flip the page every 10 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And I sit, and I become perfectly still. And I let the pages flip in front of me for a few hours.
Taliesin, I believe we see Bolaire arriving here at the Hallowed round. With a quite large carriage.
The very large carriage, with I want to check, how big is the crate that I have brought?
The crate that you've brought the shipment all fits within a single carriage.
Okay.
Quite packed and heavy on its wheels. There's about 6 crates in total.
That's a lot. Okay. I hop out of the carriage, clear-eyed and bushy-tailed if I had eyes or a tail. My word, it is looking lovely, and everybody is working, and it is just delightful. Why are not more people working right now? Oh, that's Are they turning that into a concession stand?
I see you way up at the height of the amphitheater and using thaumaturgy again. Again, I don't shout. I just say, "Oh, you saved me a trip," and it comes out clear as a bell to your ear in the last row.
Ah! I'm on my way! And I'm hopping up there at full speed.
As you are hopping up there, Bolaire, you descend, and I actually think that you have with you, I think you have Spiro and Rosadella here, who are two of your archivists, to sort of help unload the crates. Just some, providing some help from the museum, looking out and saying, Master Bolaire, happy to help. As they start unloading it, is there anything you would like to do skill-wise that Bolaire would have wanted to know before arriving here at the...
Oh, I would have tested a sample of this stuff to make sure that it is not harmless in any way, and I know what I said.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thinking about like your work today before arriving here with the sort of delivery for Hal, you have a, at your table with all of your fine tools and instruments, the magnifying glass, everything like that. All of this is, you would swear it all looks like pentevral work. The actual substance of the materials inside. It is, it has faint residue of, like, it's thick with illusion, which makes sense, it's paint. But there's a little bit of like a hint of conjuration under it. The paint itself is a like.
Don't you look confused?
Deeply.
It all looks like, looking at it, but you're like, is this a, what is this? What is the spell on this? And you on a 21, you double, triple check. There is no spell effect. There is no magical aura. So you're like, where am I getting this residue from? Did a lot of magic happen around this? Did it happen? So, and I think on that 21, you're looking at it and being like, was this like the answers run all the way to the very grim, which are like, it's either magic you've never seen before, or this was sitting at the back of a workshop at the Pentevral for too long and got weird. And
he wouldn't have given it to me to give to him if it were dangerous, I assume. It's just
and
safe and sorry.
It doesn't strike you as dangerous. There's no, you can tell that everything about, there's nothing like coiled within this necessarily.
I trust nothing right now.
And you will say, you do, examining the amphoras, which are completely mundane, that actually is an easy one where you do get a potter's mark, like an artisan's mark, on the bottom of the amphora from a potter's gallery in the Fray, which is not too far from here.
Well, that's nice. Okay, so worst case scenario, there is someone to interrogate if we have to.
But yeah, Hal, you see these big amphoras of paint coming down into...
So they're bare and for us all to see on the back of
Yeah, the crates are coming down, and if you choose to open them, you would see them.
And I'm just giving some slight instruction before I go. Well, I was going to say to put them in the back of what is now the concession stand, but clearly that is a terrible idea. Let's just put them here for now, and we will figure out where they're going to go.
Olgood, who you've worked a lot with when you were running at the Lyceum, says, "What do you have against fruit leather? We gotta keep we have to run this place. I mean,
We're running a business.
Hey, look at here. There's two places to get money: aristocrats and selling fruit leather. What do you want us to do?"
I will not put anything that has the word leather in my mouth and swallow it. That's disgusting.
Well, you don't know how to have a good time.
Well, we're planning
Plenty of people in this bloody city who would disagree with that.
We were planning on swinging by later to find you. You've saved us the trip. What is all of this?
Well,
And why are you in this mood?
it's so good to see you.
Hi, that sounded insincere.
No, I always sound insincere,
Okay, fair.
darling. But no, it is lovely to see you. And this place just brings out the best in me.
Hey.
It's beautiful.
I will, at this point, lift one of the lids off the crate and see it's clearly paint when I see it.
Yeah, there's like a little bit of staining from the paint, and it's many different colors. And the amphora are huge, these big double-handed ceramic jugs that you can see have essentially within them probably like multiple like each amphora has, how would we say, 30 gallons of paint within it?
Yeah. Well, as soon as I see paint, I've been thinking of Thiazi's words since he said them to me, and I am seeing his words like come to life in front of me. So he freezes and then puts on a smile. You know what? This would be better in the back. Could we wheel it around past the concession stand?
Less. I
Take
was
it off,
hoping
please.
you'd say that. Boys, put it back in the cart.
You see, Olga looks and says, "Paint. I hadn't put the order in yet because we're not there yet. But we're getting close. I was going to probably order it the day
Yeah,
after."
I meant to tell you about it. Just let me. We'll discuss.
Thiazi
and I'll-
got this.
It's special paint. It's leather. You can eat it.
What?
Doesn't that sound delightful?
Hey, amazing. Why don't we just...
I don't know how hard you think a museum goes, but I'll tell you what, buddy. I'm from Caravan Hill, and I've seen a thing or two.
That was supposed to be a gift shop, not a concession stand.
Gift shop, museum ass.
Shadia, we're moving. Come on. Don't eat the paint. And I'll walk home.
You head down with Bolaire to like a backstage area where you see, looking around, Hal, there is a lot of honestly decorative work that has to happen, primarily because, for better or for worse, and probably honestly for better in a lot of ways, there was a lot of stuff here that during the Shapers' War had to be defaced. There were holy symbols to Osgura that were easy for him to cast spells through. There were like a lot of things that had to happen to like come in and shatter a like version of his holy symbol that was like casting bane on everybody within 100 yards, there were, but within that, so in other words, there's a lot of work that you have to do to kind of like make this place inviting and showing.
Right, because it was vandalized to shit in the decade or two after
Yeah.
the gods fell. While we're walking, before you say that, I hip bump your hip and just smile.
Do you want any help with Bolaire's paint? With just enough emphasis that you mentioned that very quickly when talking about all the things that Thiazi said to you in those last moments, and she remembers.
Yes, I do.
Okay. She's by your side.
Okay.
Absolutely. Like, you're taking point, and your baby mama, just back up right now.
All right, so
I'll
I'm
kill
looking,
him for you.
I'm making sure that we've moved this cart, and I gather Bolaire's assistants are along for the ride, but we are moving away from the company, off beyond the concession stand and several barrels of fruit leather, so we can talk in private.
Yeah, my archivists, my two archivists who work for me, so.
Where to start? First, thank you for coming yesterday. It was good to have a friendly face at my side. It felt like half the people in that room wanted to put a knife in my brother's back, and it was just good to have friends.
It was somehow even more insane than I thought it would be.
That said, in his final moments, my brother very feverishly told me that you had pain for me. You have pain for me.
It was waiting for me when I got to the museum.
Waiting for you.
I am as shocked as anyone. I'm usually aware of everything that comes in or out of your wing. This has just appeared.
Is the lid of one of these things easy enough to pop off?
I've checked it, it's safe.
For
What is it for?
I don't know. Anything that comes to the museum should be checked to make sure it's safe. It wouldn't be there if it wasn't unusual, and it is unusual. There is a letter, if I recall.
There was a note from Hal that said, with love.
And you've given it a once and a twice and a thrice over?
5 times at this point, and I hand the note. This is highly unusual.
Give me, Tal, I'll ask for persuasion or deception, and give me an insight, Hal and Thaisha.
I'll give guidance for you.
What question in particular?
Absolute dog shit. It's not gonna help.
The earlier statement as well, just as a sort of general vibe from Bolaire talking about how unusual all this is.
The circumstances by which it showed up are definitely unusual.
Sure.
That's what I will say. And I get to, so.
Guidance. Okay.
We're gonna have to stage the
Might
set.
not. Might
Yeah.
not.
No, I feel it. It's all the same. So I'll say 19.
19.
I rolled a 2, so with the modifier and the bump from guidance, it's a 9.
Your lovely friend Bolaire seems as perplexed, and I think there's a question hanging in the air about Thiazi telling you in his last moments that Bolaire had something for you. It's unusual. You didn't. I don't know. What would does Hal know that Bolaire and Thiazi?
As far as he knows, we've met once at your house.
So I think that on a 9, you don't see any. Nothing. Bolaire's not acting strange at all, but there's just a question hanging in the air of like, why did Thiazi?
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. I'm just kind of nonplussed and just staring at the paint. I'm not sure what to make of it because it is clear that you didn't you didn't expect it.
Not even a little.
So what was my brother doing?
What do I get for my natural 1?
I think
You're looking radiant.
Bolaire, I will ask you at this moment too, as you open the paint, looking at Hal, who's looking a little bit perplexed. I'd like you to give me a perception check.
Oh boy.
And I'd also like you to give me a Constitution saving throw.
Yay! Perception check. I'll start there.
Did you taste the paint? Is there lead in it?
Oh, I've absolutely tasted the paint. Perception check is 14.
14.
Constitution saving throw is 13.
Looking around at a 14, I think you are looking out at this place where a god would demand tribute. And on that perception check, I think you just feel the nascent magic in this place of something bubbling, something boiling. There's something under this city that's running hot. And on a 13 Constitution save, the feeling of that magical energy, I think you feel something turn and slither in a way that makes you feel ill at ease.
Have I noticed this since, specifically in this place? Do I feel that it is connected to this place?
I think that you don't feel that the discomfort is due to this place. Actually, maybe the awareness of the discomfort is being caused by this place. In other words, some clarity has been added in this moment.
Excuse me.
Are you okay?
Just a bit unsettled.
Do you want some fruit leather? It will soothe your stomach.
No wine, but
It's morning.
it's morning somewhere.
Here, now.
Using the theater cantrip, using the thaumaturgy cantrip, you see that someone from the stage calls, you see Olgood gets someone to do it for him, and he says, "We have wine, we sell it by the box. It's for parties."
You like boxed wine?
Yeah.
I think you very well know the answer to that.